Hello there everyone, it's me Harry, and now we're on day 24 of the Mediavent Calendar. This will be the final episode, and I'm not going to do anything special for the final episode, but I will just show off another publisher anyway, and we're going to show off some games published by Ubisoft, back when they were a good company. So... And as of most of these videos are done, I'm not showing PS1 or Dreamcast games in this. I'm just mostly going to focus on 6th gen platforms and higher. But anyways, and games I've already shown off, like the Disney ones, are in other videos, so I won't be showing those off. Anyways, let's get on. So we're going to start off with F1 Racing Championship, which was a game developed by Ubisoft Paris for the Japanese publisher Video System. So Ubisoft developed and distributed this title, and then Video System published it, as it says on right there. It's kind of funny that this is a Ubisoft game that was published for another company. I find that very fascinating, if I'd be honest with you. Next up is Rayman M. So this was developed and published by Ubisoft themselves, released in 2001, like with F1 Racing Championship. So it's basically a selection of like mini games and like a racing mode. And it was also released on the PS1 as Rayman Rush, but only featuring the racing mode. So it has the manual and a bunch of other things as well. So like little Ubisoft registration card promoting Rainbow Six Rogue Spear, Mist Free, Rayman Revolution, and the Settlers 4. And there's also how to play the game. And the manual, of course. What more could you ask for? Hype the Time Quest. So this is the port of a PC game released in 1999, and this version of the game came out in 2002 exclusively in Europe, based on Playmobil. But the other two games that were based on Playmobil that Ubisoft Montreal did were not ported. So here's the disc and the manual. The manual actually does use, strangely enough, a copy of the front cover. Don't know why, but it's strange, I'd be honest with you. Monster Jam Maximum Destruction, the very first video game I've ever played, but I played the PS2 version of it, not the GameCube version. And this came out at the end of 2002. So it's essentially a vehicular combat game with Monster Jam trucks in it. Some of the Marvel ones and some of the WCW ones. Pretty cool, actually, and it was named after the Maximum Destruction vehicle. What fun. The Sum of All Fears. So this is based on the Tom Clancy movie of the same name. Well, originally based on the book, then it was turned into a film, then the film was adapted into this video game. Originally on the PC and then ported over to the GameCube and PS2. PS2 version was only released in Europe, but the console version isn't great. It just is not great at all. It's just a very cheap excuse from Red Storm and Ubisoft. Tom and Jerry War of the Whiskers. So this is an enhanced version of Tom and Jerry Fists of Fury, originally published by New Kid Co., Ubisoft publishing in Europe. Same with this game as well, developed by Viz Entertainment. So it's a Power Stone style fighting game where you get to control Tom and Jerry and the rest of the classic MGM characters in a battle of the wits. Oh yes. Here's the original Rayman Raving Rabbids from Ubisoft Montepella, I think it is. So this was meant to be Rayman 4, but then it was turned into a mini game compilation that takes advantage of how the Wiimote works. And this game really does take advantage of the Wiimote's capabilities. Ugh. It's really tiring to play some of the games in this. And then on the back, there's an ad for other Wii games that were published around the time the system was released. GT, Open Season, and Monster 4x4 World Circuit. So yeah, like, it was ported to other video game consoles, but the Wii version is easily the best way to experience the game, unless you like pretty HD graphics, and it would be the Xbox 360 version. And then here comes the second game in the series, Rayman Raving Rabbids 2 from 2007, released exclusively on Nintendo platforms aside from the PC. This time, Rayman gets to disguise himself as a rabbit, because those rabbits are... Yeah, that. And then the third game in the series, and the last one to have Rayman in it, is Rayman Raving Rabbids TV Party from 2008, with 50 brand new mini-games, and even some mini-games you play with the Wii Balance board. Ubisoft certainly knew how to take advantage of that. And a nice bright blue disc to boot it up as well. How nice is that? So, yep. And then last but not least in this Mediavent Calendar video, and the last one of all I'll be showing off, is Driver San Francisco, released in 2011. Now, this is a definition of an underrated video game. It's a lot of fun. I love driving around San Francisco. And I love the shift feature where Tanner can move into different vehicles without losing any action, because there's no on-foot stuff, unlike in Driver Free and Driver Parallel lines. It's a return to the roots for the IP. And yeah, sadly, it didn't sell as well as Ubisoft hoped, so there's been no other Driver games since then. But it is still a fun experience regardless. Pretty funny too, actually. So then, that's the end of the Mediavent Calendar. And that's, well, maybe we haven't really ended it yet, because tomorrow is Christmas Day, and I've got lots of video games to show off that I'll be unwrapping. So, stay tuned, everyone, and have a lot of fun with whatever you're going to be unwrapping tomorrow. Merry Christmas, everyone. Bye for now.